One day, you decided you wanted more.
Next stop, University Station.
To study, to learn, to chase a passion, or to find one. And at one moment or another, it may have seemed impossible to go on. But you remembered that it only takes one. One cup of coffee. One question. One professor to open your mind. One class that would wake you up. One moment of creative inspiration. One project that would turn into a business venture. One launch. One discovery that would forever change the trajectory of our planet. One breakthrough that would change the lives of millions. And 1 year. A year that would forever change us all. You are the class of 2021. One graduating class amongst a growing community. Alumni who have come before you and are all around the world, ready to support you, to see what you do next and what we can achieve together.
Whatsoever things are true, a promise made here at the University of Alberta over 100 years ago. Today, we join together from our own homes to celebrate this commitment to ourselves and to our community. We celebrate with all our graduating students. Let these words guide you. May you continue to seek truth. May you continue to serve in our global home. May you continue to hold the university's values of integrity, freedom, and the equality and dignity of all persons, to create a community filled with promise for the future and goodwill toward all. I invite you to join in from your homes as we celebrate the class of 2021 across this great country and around the world with the singing of O Canada.
O Canada, our home and native land,
true patriot love,
in all of us command, catombrase porte,
il se porte,
la croix, ton histoire est
une épopée
des plus brillants exploits.
conquis par l'air,
glorious
and free.
O Canada,
we
we stand on guard for thee.
Welcome to the University of Alberta Fall 2021 Convocation. My name is Peggy Garrity, and I have the privilege of serving as the Chancellor of the University and conferring all of your degrees today. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that the University of Alberta is located on Treaty 6 territory and the homelands of the Métis. In stating this, we must recognize our responsibility for working in relationship along First Nation and Métis peoples and their communities on the way forward, and in good relations in uplifting the whole people for the next 7 generations and the university for tomorrow. On behalf of the entire university community, I'm delighted to welcome you to this convocation. Convocation is a time-honored tradition of gathering together the degree holders of a university. But as we all know, gathering together is something we all miss as we've struggled through the impact of the pandemic. For the graduates we are celebrating today, your studies, your experiences on campus, the conversations with professors, the fun times with friends, all those simple but significant things have been consistently disrupted. As you look back on this day years from now, I hope you'll remember not only the disruption, but the challenges you overcame and the lessons we all learned. With the unique challenges each of you has faced, there is even more reason to celebrate what you have achieved, to honor the achievements of the class of 2021, and to wish you every success as you pursue your next hopes and dreams. Over the course of this ceremony, we will hear from the president of our university, the chair of our Board of Governors, and one of the distinguished alumni from our university. We're also very honored to hear from the Honorable Murray Sinclair, our outstanding Convocation speaker this fall. We're pleased to announce that His Honor has accepted our offer of an honorary degree and will be delighted to welcome him to the university family and to confer his honorary degree as soon as we are able to gather together again in person. Graduates, for all of you, and indeed for all who are watching, the centerpiece of our ceremony will be the conferral of your degrees. Our deans will present you, and our president will guide you through the pledge to pursue the encouragement of learning and the public good. It will then be my great honor to admit you to your degrees and confer upon you all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that come with being a university graduate. That moment will bind you and the University of Alberta together for all time. When we do the conferral of degrees, I hope that you and all of your friends, family members, and colleagues will shout out your name in celebration and cheer along with the rest of us. I wish that I could read out the names of each and every one of you so that I could recognize your accomplishments individually. Unfortunately, that process would take much more time and require much more patience than we have today. We will find your name, as well as the names of all those graduating, at the end of this virtual ceremony. You can also send messages of congratulations to individual graduates by visiting the Convocation webpage. To everyone joining us, I hope you enjoy the ceremony. And now I'd like to start by inviting President Flanagan to address Convocation.
Thank you, Chancellor Garrity. And to our graduates, on behalf of the faculty and staff of the University of Alberta, I offer my very warmest congratulations. When we gather to confer degrees and celebrate the achievements of our students, we always hope that we have done our job well. We hope that we have challenged you and introduced you to new ideas and knowledge. We hope that we've taught you how to ask good questions and listen to unexpected answers. We hope that we've pushed you further than you expected to go, and that you've found what excites you and what gives your life purpose. The class of 2021 has been marked by history in a way that rarely happens with a group of our graduates. You've completed your degrees in the midst of a global crisis, and through it all, you have shown a fierce dedication to learning. It has not been easy. You've shown remarkable resilience and flexibility. You should feel proud of all that you've done to reach your goal today. COVID-19 has not only changed your life and your university experience deeply, it has also affected and reshaped the lives of every person on our planet. In addition to being an existential threat to human life, COVID-19 has disrupted workplaces, strained global supply chains, and closed borders. It has worsened inequalities and driven wedges between us. That's what I mean when I say that you have been marked by history. What is this mark that the pandemic has left? Since COVID-19's emergence, we've learned a great deal about how much is possible when the global community comes together to confront a crisis. We can solve major problems far more quickly than we thought when we focus our energies and share our expertise and resources. Before COVID-19, no one imagined that we could go from learning of a new virus to the discovery and distribution of life-saving vaccines in less than a year. COVID-19 has also taught us just how much we rely on others for our own well-being, and how working together we can protect entire communities, countries, and continents. These lessons are vital because along with COVID-19, we share other challenges that are far from being solved. Truth and reconciliation, climate change, clean water, and food security, the spread of misinformation, political polarization and social fragmentation, systemic racism, and rising economic inequality. These are some of the biggest challenges affecting our world, and they need urgent, immediate action. In the same way that the global community responded to COVID-19, we must work quickly and aim for now what seems impossible. We must bring all of our creativity and expertise to the task. We must work in collaboration with the international community and draw on the ingenuity emerging from every discipline and every profession. As we celebrate your accomplishments today, I am filled with hope. Universities consist of people who face complex obstacles head-on through education, research, and discovery. We strive to give you, our students, the skills, knowledge, and inspiration to do the same. At the University of Alberta, you've invested time and energy with us to develop the skills, creativity, and knowledge that Alberta, Canada, and the world needs now. Today, you join a community of more than 300,000 U of A alumni, made up of individuals who lead with purpose in every sector and in every corner of our society. Whatever their particular niche or talent, they strive to make a positive impact on the lives they touch and the communities to which they belong. They seek solutions by learning from and working with others who bring different skills, ideas, and perspectives to the problem. This is indeed a time of challenge, but also a time of tremendous opportunity for Alberta, Canada, and the world. Imagine our province and our country 10, 20, or 50 years from now, and think of how you can contribute by exploring new areas of research, launching new industries and businesses, renewing public services, expanding the creative arts, and leading social, cultural, and economic change. Each of you has a role in that bright future. Your graduation marks a new beginning for all of us. Hold the lessons learned this past year close. Reach out to others, and with them, tackle the big challenges. Now, more than ever, our society needs you to lead with purpose. Congratulations and best wishes. It is my great pleasure to introduce the Honourable Murray Sinclair as our 2021 Fall Convocation Speaker. Mr. Sinclair is one of Canada's most influential leaders. He is Anishinaabe and a member of the Peguis First Nation in Manitoba. He is 4th degree Chief of the Medeowin Society, dedicated to protecting the teachings, ceremonies, laws, and history of the Anishinaabe. Throughout his distinguished career, Mr. Sinclair has endeavored to protect human and Indigenous rights and to educate all Canadians about the systemic racism that has scarred Canada's society and justice system from its beginnings. In 1979, Murray Sinclair graduated from the University of Manitoba with his law degree. He quickly gained recognition as an expert in Indigenous legal issues, frequently representing Indigenous clients, serving as legal counsel to the Manitoba First Nations, and teaching Indigenous law and society. In 1988, he was the first Indigenous person appointed Associate Chief Justice of Manitoba's Provincial Court. That same year, he was appointed Co-Commissioner of Manitoba's highly influential Aboriginal Justice Inquiry. In 2001, he was appointed Justice of the Court of Queen's Bench, only the second Indigenous person named to that role in Canada. In 2007, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission began its work to document the history and legacy of Canada's Indian residential school system. In 2008, Murray Sinclair became Chief Commissioner, along with Commissioners Marie Wilson and Dr. Wilton Littlechild. They traveled across the country, gathering the testimony of more than 6,500 witnesses and survivors. Through the proceedings, Mr. Sinclair led a multi-million-dollar fundraising campaign. supporting TRC's events and activities, and enabling survivors to attend. In 2015, the TRC released its final report, including the key finding that Canada had forcibly removed Indigenous children from their homes with the intention of eliminating their language, culture, and identity. The TRC's final report and 94 calls to action is now the definitive map to the recovery of truth and the long road toward reconciliation. Since the release of the TRC's final report, Mr. Sinclair has continued to be a powerful advocate. Appointed to the Senate of Canada in 2016, he served on various standing committees, including those on Indigenous peoples, constitutional issues, and fisheries and oceans. He retired from the Senate earlier this year and is currently Queen's University's 15th Chancellor. Murray Sinclair has received many honours through his distinguished career, including a National Aboriginal Achievement Award, the Manitoba Bar Association's Equality and Distinguished Service Award, and the Canadian Bar Association's President's Medal. In 2017, the Governor-General awarded the Meritorious Service Cross to Murray Sinclair and the other TRC commissioners for their outstanding service to Canada. It is now my great pleasure to invite the Honourable Murray Sinclair to speak to the class of 2021.
Bonjour, Nakanasatuk, Mizenagijik, Ndijinakas, Kigo Dodem, Chancellor, President, and Chair. I want to thank you for inviting me to address the graduates today. I realize, of course, that I can't be there with you because of the pandemic, but I know how important this day is, and I know that this time when we gather together, whether it's virtually or in person, we are sharing an important moment, not only with each other, but with our family and our friends as well. So I want to congratulate all of the graduates who are here and acknowledge their presence and acknowledge their family and friends who are here to support them, because the support that they've given you to this point in time has been very important, I'm sure. And I'm also sure that you probably recognize that and know that it's what's carried you to this point and will continue to carry you for a period of time to come. I also just want you to look around for a moment at your colleagues, your fellow graduates, and recognize that in whatever field of endeavor you've chosen, whatever profession you've selected to go forward in, that you understand that the people with whom you have studied and spent this time over these last few years are going to be there for you and with you as you develop your career as well, particularly in the early stages, but maybe throughout your career. So acknowledge them. Look to each other for support as you go forward, and also understand that you have shared an experience here at the university that will forever be the one thing that binds you together. And appreciate that. Appreciate the friends that you have made while you are here, and the alliances that you have formed, the thinking that you have shared, and just as much about how you will come to rely upon each other as you have relied upon each other to this point in time. As I was preparing my thoughts for today and thinking about what I would like to say to you, I was reminded about the fact that my childhood was not the same as most Canadian children was. I was born at a time in the early 50s when many of the fathers had come back from the Second World War. They had participated in some of the most dangerous circumstances that they would ever witness in their life, and they suffered the trauma from it. My father suffered from that trauma, and it was very difficult for him to adapt to the new life. And my mother passed away when I was a year old, and upon her passing, combined with the trauma that he had experienced during the war, and his feeling that he had no one really who he could turn to for support, he essentially abandoned us, and we went to live with our grandparents. My grandparents were an interesting couple. They had both gone to residential school, but as it is with many Indigenous families, my grandmother was the preeminent force within the family. It was her decisions that guided the raising of the children, and in many ways guided the way the family functioned as well. I went to live with them, as did my brothers and my sister, at a time when they were into their 60s almost, and we were all under the age of 5. And if you can imagine what it would be like at the age of 60 to have 5 very young children to take responsibility for, you can imagine the challenges that they faced. But my grandmother was a smart woman, and she knew that organization was key to the success of our family. And she saw to it that each of us as children was placed under the responsibility of one of her older daughters. And they were still living at home, and they took responsibility for us, for each one of us. So I was placed under the tutelage of my Auntie Josephine, who was a teacher. And so I learned from her the importance of education, the value of knowledge, and the wonderful experience of being able to gain knowledge through reading. In fact, I often tell a story about when I was 12 years old and looking forward to my 12th birthday party. She asked me what I wanted as a present, and I told her I wanted a bicycle. And on the birthday celebration day, there was this huge box that was sitting in our living room, wrapped as a birthday present, and I figured that was my bicycle. And I could hardly wait for the festivities to end, the birthday cake to be eaten so that we could start opening presents. And imagine my surprise when, on opening the box, which was a heavy box, incidentally, on opening the box, I found that instead of there being a bicycle in that box, there was a complete set of encyclopedia. And her direction to me on that day was that I was to read one of those volumes of the encyclopedia per month, and she was going to question me about what I had learned from that book of knowledge. And so initially, my disappointment of not getting a bicycle overrode my ambition to read, but my love for reading eventually took me into those books very deeply, and I learned a great deal from them. And I learned to love the decision that she had made for me at that point in time because it was important. My grandmother had gone to a Catholic residential school, and her ambition for me was that I was going to become a priest, which explains perhaps why I never dated when I was in high school. It was something she would have forbidden. But when I was in high school, I decided I wanted to go to university. And at that time in the 60s, in order to go to university, you had to qualify with your guardian's permission to enter the university entrance program. And in order to enter the university entrance program, I had to get her permission to do that. And her permission was grudgingly given. But what she said to me was, if you're going to get a big education like that, then you have to learn to use it to help people. Don't become a drunken bum like some of these educated people around here. You use your education in order to help others. And so that's what I've strived to do throughout the course of my life, is to use that education for good things. My indigenous name is Mzinagijik. Mzinagijik literally means the one who speaks of pictures in the sky. And it's a story about a young man who goes out in order to talk to the Creator about what it is that he can do to help the people. And so that name, which I was born with, also spoke to that role, that important responsibility that I carried. And I've learned the importance of living up to that name. Every once in a while, whenever I'm challenged about what I should do and what kind of decision I should make, I think about her and I ask myself whether my grandmother would approve of what I was thinking of doing. And I don't necessarily hear her voice, but I know her thinking well enough to know that she would either approve or not approve what I was thinking of. And you need to think like that too. Be wary of understanding the influence that others can have upon you, but also understand the importance of those voices that have spoken to you when you were young, those young influences that you had, voices of your mothers, your grandmothers, what they had wanted for you, and ask yourself that important question. Would my grandmother, would my mother, would my father approve of what I'm about to do? Because that's important as well. I want to wish you well in your endeavors. I look forward to being able to see some of you looking into the future and the careers that you've chosen. I look forward to the successes that you're going to achieve. I know that you're going to strive to do as good a job at whatever you've chosen to do as you can. And at the same time, I know that you're going to also use that knowledge and those influences in your life to help your own children, because they need you to be the best human being that you can be. Miigwech to all of you. Thank you for letting me be here and share this day with you.
Eminent Chancellor and President, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research,
the Faculty of Agricultural, Life, and Environmental Sciences,
the Alberta School of Business,
the Faculty of Arts,
Augustana Faculty,
Faculté Saint-Jean et Centre collégial de l'Alberta,
the Faculty of Education,
the Faculty of Engineering,
the Faculty of Kinesiology, Sport, and Recreation,
the Faculty of Law,
the Faculty of Medicine and Dentistry,
the Faculty of Native Studies,
the Faculty of Nursing,
the Faculty of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences,
the School of Public Health,
the Faculty of Rehabilitation Medicine,
the Faculty of Science.
We present to you these scholars and ask that they be pledged and admitted to the degrees to which they are entitled.
Do you promise faithfully to observe and loyally to maintain the statutes, customs, privileges, and liberties of this, your university? Do you solemnly promise to conduct yourself in all things loyally and faithfully to the honor of this, your university, the encouragement of learning, and the good of your country? Please confirm the pledge with me.
These things I pledge myself to do.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of this university, I admit you to the degrees to which you are entitled, and I invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining to such degrees. I charge you to use them for the uplifting of the whole people, to inspire the human spirit, to serve your community for the public good, and to pursue more steadfastly whatsoever things are true.
Hello, my name is Tyler Hansen, and I am the president of the Alumni Association. It is now my privilege to introduce our class of 2021 Fall Convocation alumni speaker, Ms. Sue Lingo. Sue Lingo is a health reporter for Global Edmonton and has received numerous awards for her reporting, including the Canadian Medical Association's Award for Excellence in Health Reporting. She is a graduate of the Faculty of Science and received the Alumni Horizon Award in 2004. She has also hosted the University of Alberta Alumni Awards ceremonies for several years. Please welcome Sue Lingo.
Hello to all of the graduates and undoubtedly very proud families. Welcome to the culmination of years of extremely hard work. So I have to admit, my 4 years at the University of Alberta were a bit of a blur. Not because of the power plant beers, but the 90s were kind of a long time ago. One thing I do remember clearly is walking across the stage at the Jubilee Auditorium in my cap and gown, shaking a bunch of important people's hands, and having my parents there to cheer me on. I truly wish you could have had the opportunity for that same kind of celebration. But I hope this virtual ceremony can remind you of how amazing your achievements are. Out of everyone in this world, fewer than 10% have a university degree. You are now among them, and your degree is from one of the best universities on this planet. So I'm guessing the past few years were some of the hardest, if not the hardest, of your lives, both mentally and physically. As the health reporter for Global News, I've covered many stories about the incredible pressure university students face, trying to maintain competitive grades while building volunteer experience, holding down a job, paying bills, sometimes caring for family members, all while dealing with the anxiety of relationships and the black hole of social media. So you did all that plus a pandemic. Seriously, that is amazing. You adapted your learning style, your study habits, and everything else in your life to do school virtually, and you nailed it. You are here with your degree, ready to start the next chapter of your life. You should be incredibly proud. Now, many of you already know what your next step is, and that is truly a gift. Others might be struggling to figure out what to do now. I was in your group. When I graduated in 1995 with my Bachelor of Science degree, I felt like I was lost. I come from a very educated, successful family, and I believed if I didn't get a high-paying professional career, I would be letting them down. But I wasn't really interested in traditional science-related careers, and we didn't even have the internet yet, so researching other jobs was tricky. I ended up taking a year off and waitressing on campus, where I met a girl who was studying broadcasting, and that was when it clicked. When I was truly honest with myself, I realized what I loved to do was write and tell stories and translate scientific knowledge and meet inspiring people, and 25 years later, I'm still doing that. Now, this advice may not apply to everyone, but here's what I've learned over the decades. Never make a career decision based on money or your ego. Choose from your heart. Will this job make you happy to go to work? If you are truly passionate about what you do, the promotions, the awards, possibly even the money will come. Your first job just needs to get your foot in the door of a place where learning and advancement are encouraged, and then you wow them with your U of A work ethic. And try not to burn bridges. You never know which employer or coworker will be the one to open the next door for you. Part of my job involves telling the stories of people who have endured devastating illness or injury, but who are now making a difference for others. Their resilience is astonishing and a reminder of how quickly life can change and how surprisingly well humans can change with it. So, congratulations to you grads for your degrees and for your resilience. Your life may take some unexpected turns, but you have already shown you can handle it. So I wish you luck, and I wish you true happiness in whatever path you choose. Thank you so much. And P.S., wear sunscreen. Trust me.
Graduates of the class of 2021, I'm very pleased to participate today on behalf of the Board of Governors to bring the Board's greetings and heartiest congratulations to you. Today we celebrate you and your very significant achievements.
The fact that we are doing this virtually today does not mean that your families, and by this I include mine this year, along with the entire university community, are not extremely proud of you, the graduating class of 2021. Indeed, the fact that you've made this great accomplishment during such challenging times speaks very well of your personal grit and strength. It's also a day to celebrate the university, which by virtue of this marvelous milestone has successfully provided you with the academic resources to support your engagement with issues and opportunities of 2021 and beyond. Collectively and cooperatively, you will be the generation that moves society forward in the arts, in the economy, in knowledge, discovery, and research. You've been changed, transformed even, over your years at the University of Alberta. You will address society's issues, influence others, and help people with the experience you've gained at the U of A. You're now the kind of citizen who will apply critical thought, share your knowledge, foster common understanding, and employ the skills you've gained here to better society in a competent, thoughtful, ethical, and engaged way today and from now on. Be proud. Savor your success. Enjoy today, and we wish you the very best in your future endeavors. Our very heartfelt congratulations to you, your families, friends, and supporters. While we do wish it had been possible to celebrate this joyful occasion in person, I'm pleased to be able to share a few messages of congratulations to you from your fellow students.
Tanse, class of 2021.
Class of 2021.
Class de 2021.
Class of 2021.
Class of 2021.
Thanks to our instructors, mentors, and supervisors for making learning accessible in the middle of a pandemic. Thanks to all the staff for helping us in this period of transition.
We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for the many ways you supported us.
Thank you to my friends and family who gave me the courage to switch my degree and major. And thank you to my profs who helped me find my passion in art and psychology.
Everyone celebrating here today had a support network in place that we couldn't have accomplished our goals without. To all of our family members, supervisors, committee members, friends, and classmates, thanks for supporting us as we chased our dreams.
Thank you to my family, my friends, and my professors and mentors. I can adequately express how much your encouragement motivated me to work hard and do my best in my program. I am grateful for you. Maraming salamat.
Merci à mes amis qui m'ont parfois distrait, mais qui étaient toujours là pour m'aider à essuyer mes larmes et pour me pousser à travailler plus fort. Merci.
The future is what you make it. I know you're capable of bringing your light and creativity into moments of darkness and hardship. Continue to dream even when it seems impossible.
Our cohort is special because of our blended experiences of online and in-person classes in an uncertain world. Your presence here today shows that you're adaptable, capable, and driven.
The future is yours, class of 2021. The future is bright, and I know you will go on to use what you learned to make the world a better place to live.
As you move forward, please know and remember, you carry the gifts and knowledge needed to overcome any challenges that arise.
Class of 2021, we did it. Despite unprecedented crises, today highlights the culmination of years of learning, hard work, and persistence. Congratulations.
Regardless of what your journey looks like that got you here today, I hope you're really proud of everything you've accomplished.
Today's unique virtual ceremony represents all that you've had to overcome, how you've prevailed, and how you will go on to do amazing things.
Be proud, dream big, and change the world.
You persevered. You worked harder to make it past the finish line. Here you are today. You did it. Congratulations, class of 2021.
In closing, I would like to offer a few words of thanks. To the Honorable Murray Sinclair, thank you for sharing your story and your wisdom with our university family. You are an inspiring example of leadership, service, and accomplishment. and your words today are even more meaningful in light of the work we all need to do to fulfill the promise of understanding the truth and achieving reconciliation. To Su-Ling Go, an amazing U of A alumna, thank you for sharing your story and your inspiration with our university family. On a personal note, this ceremony marks my third convocation in my role as Chancellor, all of which have been virtual. To all of our students, faculty, staff, administrators, and alumni, and to the members of our University Senate, thank you for affording me the privilege of serving this university. To the staff of the Office of the Registrar, thank you for organizing this convocation event. Finally, to all of our graduates, congratulations for all you have achieved leading up to the conferral of your degree. You should have already received your parchment certifying the conferral of your degree today, along with a few items to help you celebrate today. You are graduating at a particularly challenging time, not only for our university, but for our province, our country, and the world. Now more than ever, I encourage you to remember the words of our university's motto, whatsoever things are true. We're in a time when truth is being questioned from countless angles, when science and expertise are being undermined and trust in institutions is tenuous. One of the things I hope our university has taught you is to continue to pursue the truth, to value discourse and debate with solid research and information as your guide, to use your creativity, energy, and ideas to tackle some of the world's most pressing issues of our time, all in pursuit of whatsoever things are true. I hope you feel incredibly proud of what you have accomplished in your years at our university. You have spent hours, months, and years listening and learning, digging into complex issues and topics, sharing time with friends and colleagues, and preparing for wherever your journey may take you. In turn, we are incredibly proud of you, our newest graduates. You bring us hope for the future. You inspire us with your energy, your enthusiasm, and ideas. Whatever path you choose, I encourage you above all else to understand that you can make a positive difference in our world. And I can assure you that the University of Alberta will be here cheering you on from the sidelines as each of you pursues your next hopes and dreams. Our closing song, Je te retrouve, was written, conducted, and performed by Chorale Saint-Jean. I hope it will evoke warm memories for each of you of your time here at the U of A. Thank you for joining us today.
you.